Afternoon, folks. Oh yeah. Hello, hello. How are we all doing? Come and say hello. So I know you're watching. I can certainly hear myself banging around.
Yeah, I've muted it now.
Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Okay. Right.
Tea of the day.
Tea time. Tea of the day is Earl Grey. It's the breakfast blend Earl Grey, actually. There you go. Let's give them a shout out. So this is Imperial Teas. Ben, I've forgotten his surname. Ben Poole, who we're hoping to see soon. We're gonna take a trip up to Lincoln and go and see him. Fabulous collection of teas, and has very, very much got me hooked on to drinking lovely Earl Grey. Right, so here's the problem. I did this about a month ago, isn't it now? If you said it was the 11th of...
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I did this just over a month ago, and I didn't write it down.
It looked great.
It looked
the photo
great.
was great.
It looked great. It tasted great, but I didn't write it down. So right now, this is the definition of winging it. I've just created the macros in MyFitnessPal, and it works out. It's an under 10 gram of carb dinner. It's actually high in protein and it's moderate fat. So they are matched gram for gram, basically. So I'm gonna give it a go and see if I can remember it as I go along. Yeah. So anyway, this is what happens when you just go, oh, I'm gonna make this, and then we never record when we do things for the first time round. And I managed to. I've just been to Tesco's and I've got some goodies to share with you in a minute. So I managed to get some of the shallots because we've not had any for ages. So the bonus of going to Tesco's middle of the afternoon was there were lots of reduced goodies. And there you go, 500 grams. I managed to get not only, so in the reduced section, with the exception of the chicken thighs, so they were in the normal section, but I've got 2 trays of turkey mince. I've got 3 packs of salmon fillets, two fillets per pack, and I've got 3 packs of haddock fillets, effectively 2 or 3 fillets per pack. It cost, including the chicken, it cost about £17 for all of that protein, and there are about 20 portions of protein in total in there. So actually, you know, that's pretty decent. It's under £1 a portion of protein. It was just, I was looking for fish, wandered down the reduced aisle, and there was lots of haddock there. Right, so we're not seeing any comments right now. So is that an issue?
I think, no, on the live stream there's no one there anymore.
Right,
so
okay.
Come and say hi.
Okay, so just to put me at ease, if you are watching this, then come and say hello. Just because we've seen not a single comment yet, and that often means there's a problem.
There you go, Colin Hills, hi.
Hello, Colin. Thank you. You are a lifesaver.
Now we've got one.
Oh, here we go. Got loads coming in now. So there you go. So there was obviously either a little blockage or you were all just being very polite. Hi Emma. Hi Pam. Hi Linda. How you doing? Right. Okay. So let me just get these shallots started. They're baby ones. So if the recipe that I've decided to put together, because you do want quite a large amount of onions and pepper, it's basically 100 grams of each that I'm using. And I'm using the sweeter pepper. It's still only 6 grams of carbs, 6.5 per 100 grams. I'm only using 100 grams across 4 portions. And I say this dish, based on 4 people or 4 portions, because you can always make a batch, stick it in the freezer, works out at, it's actually under 9 grams of carbs per portion. So I could have done this early, but I've literally just walked in from Tesco's. It's been one of those days. And actually it was busy.
It's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah, busy. I never go shopping out on a Friday afternoon.
Is it sad that I'm looking forward to a trip to IKEA?
Yeah, we're going to IKEA tomorrow evening to go and choose some kitchen cupboards, because we've finally decided that we need to finish off the project we started 5 years ago. We built the new kitchen, and then hi Lulu. We built the new kitchen, as in the physical room, but then had to put all of the old stuff back effectively. So we are, in the next few weeks, going to be replacing. Yeah, we both said though, Sue, neither of us are interested in going into the cafe anymore. Although I do like their coffee. I do like the coffee.
I think we'll have to get a coffee.
Oh, I missed. There was a comment went up and oh no, I think you're hovering over it. Oh, the mouse is hovering over it. Sorry, I thought you'd just moved it then. It's over Sue's comment. There you go. Remember to get. No, we are good, Sue. We can normally walk in and walk out without buying a single thing. We don't get stuck into that habit of picking up crap. You know what we're like. Okay. No. So I am using olive oil for this one. Hi, Shona. About 2 tablespoons of olive oil going in there to start with. I'm going to keep the heat nice and low because I'm going to going to let these saute nice and gently. Is that the dog whining? Or is she?
No.
No? I thought I heard her.
Don't know where the dogs are.
They're both outside because they're both like barking at a bag or something. So I shut the door. Hi, Joanne. So yeah.
Oh, no, that is her. But
That is her.
is she at the window?
No, I can't see her at the
Oh,
window.
she's on the step. They're
Okay.
both there. They're lying down on the step.
Right, because there's a box that's blown down in front of them. They're scared to go past it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm not cooking salmon, Terry. The salmon is for a different day. I'm using haddock. You could do this with chicken though. So we almost were doing it with chicken because I'd forgotten to get the fish. And I was like, I'll just pop out and I had to get a couple of the bits anyway. So I managed to pick up the fish. So now this is a white fish with chorizo, or use chicken. Chorizo, exactly the same method. So it's just warm. And it's just ever so slightly sizzling away. Right, so onions first. And the garlic. Oh, I never got any more garlic. We're down to our last handful of decent chunks. Okay, there we go. It's supposed to be working. It's Friday afternoon. Clock off. Hi, Patricia. Just tell them you've got more important things to do. You can clock off.
Like cooking paella.
Yeah, like cooking paella. I feel like it's
I was
suddenly
going
gone
to say,
dark.
my turn light.
Yeah,
There
just
you
suddenly
go.
gone dark, hasn't it?
That's much better.
So yeah, that's our exciting news for this week. We're going to IKEA to pick kitchen cabinets, or at least get a good idea of what we want. We've got a friend of ours coming in to sort of start doing the building work in a couple of weeks. So we've decided, do we announce this now?
What's that?
Or we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
our
yeah,
live
go on
cooking. Right, so not next week, but it'll probably be the week after. The live cooking, yeah, getting rid of the oven soup, absolutely. Getting rid of the, sorry, not getting rid, the live cooking, because the kitchen won't be usable, we're going to do a camping style. So well, pre-COVID, we'd camp every single year. We'd go to festivals and we'd sometimes just go camping away somewhere. And we would just cook our own stuff there. We tend to sort of take some stuff ready-made when we go. In fact, we did the last 2 festivals. We did fully keto, didn't we? So we're going to do, because we've got a space outside in the garden. We've got a new barbecue, but I've also got one of the camp stoves. So I will cook on a camp stove.
I think my life will be like maybe making the granola bars or something out there.
Okay. How are you going to cook them?
Well, I'll use the Ninja or something.
Oh no, you're not allowed to use electric.
No, but I was thinking because I would normally prep them as our camping
Oh, okay,
snacks.
so they're your right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's like my live's on Monday morning, so it'd be before we're going camping.
Yeah.
We're how sad is this? We're pretending we're going on holiday.
We're going to pretend to be on holiday in our garden. I can't put a tent up because we don't have one at the moment.
Oh, the dogs will hate us anyway.
So just in case, nice one, Linda. Just in case anyone is going camping this year, we'll hopefully be able to give you some tips about what to eat or how to do it, really. That's only half. That's the other half. Right, cool. So again, this is a really low heat.
Yeah, they're not even colouring.
Well, there's a couple of them coloured, but I've just moved them around a little bit because I'd left them to sit a little bit too long. There we go. So red pepper if you want. It's obviously the more traditional colour. But if you want to use a yellow or an orange, pretty much the same. Been camping and going again in July. Yeah. Well, we haven't decided to do anything this year at all, have we?
Well, there's a chance we'll go to Camp Festival, but that's only for a day.
That's the daytime, yeah. But we're not looking at going anywhere. I think.
And again, Festival's not.
Yeah, we've got a few things obviously planned with Festival, so if we do anything, it will be after Festival though. It'll be sort of late August, early September. Right.
Yeah, there's too much going on before.
Sorry. Really low heat. The last thing that's going to go in with the peppers, the onions, and the garlic is a big chunk of chorizo sausage. I'm going to cut it down. I'm not just going to leave it as a big chunk. Now,
if you did, it'd be you and Louis.
Yeah, it'd be me and you. Interestingly enough, so I've obviously just picked this up from Sainsbury's. I haven't looked at the Tesco's. I haven't looked at the ingredients, and I do know that it'll probably contain some preservatives, and and I can't read it, so Ella's going to do it for me. There's going to be something in there that's not clean.
Dextrose.
There you go. So there's dextrose in there.
But it's after paprika, and paprika's 2%.
Okay. So not a clean product, 100% clean, but we only use a small amount of it. Now, what was interesting was that the whole sausage works when you look at the pricing, and this is what the supermarkets are terrible at this. They will always use different grades or different pricing structures for the same product. So this was showing us £1.9. No, sorry, this was showing us £1.19. No, wrong way around. This was showing us £11.90 a kilo. So whatever price it was, but it was £11.90 a kilo. The pre-prep stuff was showing it as £1.90 something a kilo.
Right.
Sorry, £1.90 100 grams. Get my words right. £1.90 per 100 grams, which means it's £19 a kilo. They're sitting side by side. Why not have the same price guide for both? Because then you can easily go, right, this is definitely cheaper by £8 a kilo. But it's just a gripe because you think they produce labels. Produce one label, as in one format. Anyway, sorry about that.
Trying to,
right,
get the best
excellent,
value.
Patricia. Well done, well done. Right, so 60 grams of chorizo. Yes, it's a little bit difficult to cut into chunks, but just take your time.
There's a question for
okay, sorry, I'll come back to that in a second. If it looks smaller, that screen today, am I wrong? So, Thomas, anyway. I'll keep going.
I try and zoom in, but it shrinks the screen, look.
Right. Right, okay. All right, leave it. So, I'm back on keto after 6 months off. I miss KFC. Well, you missed us. So I made some chicken with blitzed pork, scratching, breadcrumb, fried lard. Exactly. And I mean, I'll do often with pork rinds, crushed up pork rind, or I'll do it with. I've even done it, weirdly enough, Thomas, with chicken skin, which I've roasted till crispy, crush the chicken skin, then use that as coating. You don't get a lot of it, so you do need to sometimes bulk it out. So you can have a mix. You can use chicken and pork skin, get it crispy, and then.
Is that just what you do? Softening?
So I'm just softening everything up, and obviously the chorizo in that heat now is going to start, because obviously there's a lot of oil in the chorizo as well. So that's going to start to seep out. So the oil is obviously a dark olive oil, but it's going to start to turn a bit more pinky as it starts to seep out. While that's cooking,
I found the hack. I zoom outwards.
Make that
screen bigger.
It also helps me see the messages properly.
Yeah, that's right.
Afternoon, Jason. How you doing, mate? Yeah, chicken skin. Yes, no, exactly. Use a bit of Parmesan cheese to mix in with it. We've done exactly the same. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just starting to leach out now, the oil from the chorizo. So very gently. It's on number 3, and I'm tempted to turn it down to even 2, just to sort of keep it just very, very low heat. Right, where am I going next? Oh, the fish. I'm just going to skin the fish. If you can buy this without skin on, obviously. I mean, you can get it frozen, and I would normally buy the frozen bags of haddock fillet or cod fillets, and that was my intention to use that today. But obviously, I didn't have time to defrost it, so I had a look in the fresh fish counter section, and that's where I found this being reduced. Now, my knife isn't the sharpest, but it will still do this. Start from the tail end, and once you've got the knife in under the meat, just hold the tail and very gently just aim the knife downwards. You can sort of see my knife's at 45 degrees, and it will just, you don't need to, there's no pressure. There's barely any pressure going on between my knife and the skin. There you go. It's as easy as that to skin those fillets. So again, start at the tail end. And just run the knife underneath the meat. If the fish is fresh, then the skin will be quite tight. If it starts to break, then unfortunately the fish is going to be a little bit old. You can sort of see, you know, I'm not forcing this. I'm literally just running the knife underneath the meat. There we go. Right, so I'm using all 3 packets for us. Up to you. You could have 1 fillet per portion. That's quite a big fillet. That's a slightly smaller fillet. You could have 1 fillet per portion. We're going to have, I'm doing this as a fillet and a half per portion, basically. Again, that fillet there. So I'm equating this to about 600 grams of raw fish as the portion size. So 150 grams per portion. Right, so this one's a little bit. Oh no, there he is. I thought they'd cut it off then.
It's weird how small they look until you unfold them.
That's quite all right, Karen. How was the walk? Go. And how? Do you know what? I was working this out earlier, Jason. So okay, I'm using probably a little bit more protein than most people would, but let's say you do the same, because I think those packets of the frozen fish, it works out about what I'm using here. So £6 for the fish, 79p for the cauliflower. I've used a quarter of the chorizo. That was a couple of quid. So what did I say? 6, 7, 8. 100 grams of shallots. They're £1 a bag. A couple of garlic cloves. You're looking at less than £10. I'd say between sort of 9 and 10 to feed, and this is a you know, good sized portion meal. So really, per portion, less than £2.50 a portion. I have kept the receipt for yeah, I kept the receipt for Tesco's. So I'll stick it up this evening on the post of you know, approximate costs.
It's a question from Thomas.
Oh, don't use it because it's right. Okay, so I'm only taking the skin off because I'm going to sit the fish on the top of the rice. Yes, we're not a fan of the soft skin. We'd eat the crispy skin, absolutely. So if I was pan frying this and pan fried on the skin, no problem. Because I'm going to sort of soft cook this, and it's going to sit on top of the rice. I just want pieces of fish that are just going to sort of like, you know, drift into the rice.
You're going to do the skin? You're going to fry it off for the dogs or something? Probably,
yeah. I mean, if you enjoy the skin, keep the skin on. Yeah, absolutely. I just know that none of us like to eat the skin in that way. If I was pan frying it was nice and crispy, absolutely. One of those quirks.
So you're just chopping it into cubes?
I'm just cutting it into sort of like little chunks, really. So I'm just cutting it into sort of little chunks. Nothing too small. You don't want it to make, because this is going to take, once it sits on the rice, it's going to take less than 8 minutes to cook. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the rice ready because I can do that in a minute. So fish board is going to sit there for a minute. Okay, cauliflower. I need to make some cauliflower rice. Right now, these are huge. 79p. Look at the size of it. It's enormous.
Are you using the leaves as well?
No, they're a bit scraggy. You have to be northern to know what that means. So I'm working on, monkfish, any white fish. I just picked Haddock because I know the kids will eat it. I apologise, I keep calling Ella a kid, and that's wrong.
Not even Louis a kid anymore.
You what, sorry? Yeah, I know. I am going to use 200 grams per portion of cauliflower. So 200 grams. So in total I need 800 grams. Well done on your maths.
This is going to be funny in the time little food process.
Oh, well, you'll get sort of at least one portion per go.
We desperately need that ninja.
Yeah, no, I know. They have responded to my email, or to my review.
Uh-oh, what did you say?
I just reviewed them. I just reviewed the fact that the rotor doesn't move, and they've told me it's not covered under warranty. I haven't said anything I shouldn't have said. Thank you very much for your review. We have published it and we've handed it over to whatever team. Okay, it's fine. Right. Anyway. Right. Can you see now? Can you see the oil that's changed?
Well, yeah. So you can see the
right. So the oil at the bottom of the pan has now turned that sort of orangey, reddy colour because of the chorizo. So everything is soft. Nothing has gone crispy brown or anything like that. So that's ready for me to whack in the rice, season it up, a little bit of liquid just to cook it. Because we're not cooking rice, we don't need to submerge it under water or under stock. We just need to moisten it so it doesn't burn and it does soften up first. Then we're going to sit the fish on it and done. Bear with me. Hang on, what happened there? Stick like that.
I think it's just maybe overfilled because the bottom's quite heavily processed.
Yeah. It's probably just one of those pieces just not moving the blades. Right, let's try that. I'll do a little bit less next time then. Is there an archive of all your food that I should expect? Right, so yes, YouTube, but actually everything you will find on Facebook, everything. If you go to the page though, so you have to go to Keto Fitness Club page, and when you're there, Ella's going to drop a link in, you will see a, well actually, I forgot about this link. She's dropping in a different. All right.
I'll get the Facebook
so
page
every video, you'll find the media and then videos, everything.
But the recent ones are on. Oh no, wrong button. Am I on the back?
Yes, there. That's it.
The recent ones are on here.
Okay, so Ella creates a page each week of the lives of that week. So there's another page you can go to.
There we go.
Right. There we go. Yes, Kath. The rotor underneath the bowl has come loose. And considering that I only blitz things like cauliflower rice and broccoli rice and things like that, I suggested that maybe there was a fault with the rotor. But because it's not mechanical, it's not covered under the warranty. Right,
How is it not mechanical?
As in, not electrical, should I say?
Oh,
so
right, okay.
Not electrical. So,
Tell you what though, that little food processor is still the best thing at making things like Nutella.
Yeah. I'm just doing it a little bit smaller to make it a little bit easier. I just wondered whether some was underneath the blade.
Yeah.
We're probably going to actually end up using nearly all of this. We'll just weigh the rest of the cauliflower out. Yeah, we are. Right, okay. That's fine. I don't need to weigh the bits and pieces. And just break it up. What processor is it? It's the Ninja 3-in-1. Which is great.
You're not on about...
Oh, this one or the one that's knackered? Because this one's a little Aldi one. Yeah, I know. So the actual blender itself is, you know, the jug blender and the bullet blender, fine. But the big processing bowl, right? So this one just came from, I think it was Lidl's actually. I haven't seen it in since. They have a different one nowadays, but this is pretty decent. No, unfortunately, oh, if you did this with broccoli, would it be wetter as well? No, it'd be pretty much exactly the same. A majority use more stalk than head of broccoli. With cauliflower, it doesn't matter as much, but if you're using more of the stalk, that's more of the same consistency. I'd normally strip the head off broccoli and eat the head and separately and pulse the stalk. If that all makes sense. No, unfortunately, Francis, the bowl isn't covered under the warranty. And when I phoned them, they said, well, we might offer you one, but we haven't got any. And then I got an email asking for a review. So I did. Not my fault. Savoy Carbonara WTF?
Yeah.
Yeah, WTF. Because it's one of the original recipes. Joanne, there's an index at the back of all of the books. Unless you've got one of the very original ones.
If you've got one of the first pages.
Yeah, and I think Joanne might. Joanne, have you got one of the very first books? Because she has been with us for quite a long time now. Right, okay.
Oh, I can't tell her.
So firstly, the rice is in, and we're just going to combine it with the pepper, the onion. Yeah, she's got one of the first books. I think you need to frame that one, Joanne. Ella's done a lot of work on that book recently. Okay, right, so we're going to add a little bit of liquid. It's a bit battered. Now, if you had some chicken stock or some fish stock, then you could use that, because we do need to add a little bit of liquid into this to help it all sort of cook through. And I've still got some spices to add to this. You could add, yes, it would freeze absolutely no problem. Don't. Which one did you just show there? Because it's
about the freezing.
About the freezing. Don't microwave cauliflower rice. Fry cauliflower rice, and then freeze it, and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Liquid, chicken stock, yes. Fish stock, if you're obviously using fish, yes. a little bit of water because we don't need much in here. Absolutely fine. I'm using something different.
Using whey.
I'm using whey.
This is what happens when you get into yogurt making. You
Right.
find a million different uses.
So, because I'm now making my own yogurt, and I've got another batch on the go because the bloody 16-year-old has realised that my yogurt's better than the shop bought yogurt, so therefore he's converted. You get a rather large amount of whey ready to use, and there are many uses for it. And I am slowly working this into various sort of recipes. However, I'm going to use the whey in here as the liquid. It's a couple of 100 mils. That's all I'm going to use. That'd be the equivalent of a couple 100 mils of stock. I'm going to turn the heat up. Found some looping flour. I've no idea if it's the same as what you use. You do have to be careful with some looping flours. It probably is because we didn't realise this until we started to look into it. They're just different grades and different types of looping flour. There's a couple of recipes on the website. We got the samosa pastry.
It's going to be in the onion bhajis, but it's not.
The onion bhajis. I'm redoing onion bhajis soon with looping flour. So there are a couple of recipes. It's been in it already. Right. Okay. Seasoning. This is smoked paprika, not hot paprika. We're paprika fans, you all know that. So there's a couple of good teaspoons of paprika going in there. You definitely need some salt in this. Cauliflower absolutely 100% needs salt. There's a teaspoon of that gone in. I don't want to push that yet, Francis. I don't want to do that just yet. Let's see what they do. Yeah, it can be a good story for them.
How much chili flakes?
A couple of, I mean, it's probably going to be about half a teaspoon of chili flakes, just sprinkled in. If you like it a bit spicier, add a bit more. And we've got some fresh flat leaf parsley, stalks and all. I'm using the wrong knife, I know, but the other one's got fish all over it. But that'll do. That's going in. Doesn't have to be finely chopped. Right. I'm going to give that just a couple of minutes by itself while I just finish off the fish. And it will literally be a couple of minutes now. Obviously, the thicker the fish is, make the pieces smaller. So a nice big flat piece and a nice big fat piece. Yeah? Think about the cooking times. Just bite-sized pieces. So come on then, let's have something positive this week. Who's had a good week? We've had a good week. We've had a very busy week. How often do I sharpen my knives? Not often enough, as obvious, because this is struggling a little bit. All I use is a little knife sharpener, which has still got the IKEA label on it, even though I've had it for years. I can't remember how many years. Same for the knives. These are IKEA knives. It's only just starting to deteriorate on the handle. They're great sets of knives. That you'll find cheaper, absolutely, but these have lasted me. I've got two of these. and then a couple of the smaller knives. I've probably had them for 10, 12 years already. So I'm on night shifts this weekend. What do you do, Thomas? Okay, so you can see this is steaming now. There's obviously going to be moisture coming out of the cauliflower as well. So as long as it's not too high and we've added some liquid, we're not in any danger of this drying out. Right, my fish is ready. I'm going to give that a quick mix. Oh wow, paramedic. Well done, mate. There's 2 or 3 paramedics in the group. Okay, so it's nearly all of that moisture has already been absorbed. I'm not going to be adding any more to it because I don't want it to go sort of really stodgy and gloopy. I can always add a little bit towards the end if I need to, but just adding the fish. Sorry, what?
You don't want to make it into a risotto, do you?
No. So, just going to layer the fish on top. I'm not going to be coy about it. Let's just get it all in there. Some of it's going to eventually break up. Some of it is going to stay nice and chunky. Because we vouch for Keto. I get it's difficult to sort of eat around your job as well, though, isn't it? It's one of those things where you do have to be prepared. I almost need a bigger pan. Do you know what they had?
Giant...
No, but they've got them at the moment in Aldi. They've got paella pans.
Oh no.
I didn't because we haven't got any more space for any more pans.
The new kitchen around this
around more pans. Pan. Yeah, no, I know. Right. It looks a lot, but we're going to combine it in with the rice in a bit. And again, we need protein. We need protein. Don't skimp on the protein. But once we add some more fat to that, I can quite comfortably. She barking at?
RG.
Right. So I'm going to let that cook for a couple of minutes. Just a couple of things from Tesco's. I don't often shop in Tesco's. You'll know that if you've sort of watched the shopping videos that we do. However, right now these are on 3 for £2. So swoodles. I'm going to try something a little bit different with these. So these are an ideal noodle sort of replacement. 3 for £2. Have you ever thought about doing a keto lunchbox book? Because lots of people, there's sections, isn't there?
There's one little bit in the keto for kids, but it's not. All right,
okay. So, but there is Michelle's, Peter's lunchbox. So if you go to the,
Creations.
Sorry, what was
Peter's
that?
Lunch Creations.
Peter's Lunch Creations. If you go to the public group?
No.
Is it, well, all right, we're not doing, does it not get published in the public group anymore?
It does.
Right.
But?
Okay, if you go to the website, there is a whole section on Peter's Lunch Creations. There you go. Ella's just dropping the link in. So this is Michelle showing what she creates for her husband. It is more low carb than it is strict keto. Low carb because, and I think it's on there, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a whole, right. Yeah.
So there's a whole sort of piece about sort of the reason why it's more low carb. But there's some great ideas in there. And again, you just sort of make adaptations. Pamela, they don't often do in our Tesco's either. So there were 3 packs left on the shelf. There were 3 for £2, so I bought them all. Louis will eat them in the next few days. And I'm just going to say, I'm going to try something with them. This stuff. So this is the Canderel version of. So most of you will know this stuff, the Truvia. So this is the Canderel version of that. They are effectively the same ingredients. You will often find this, and the last time I bought this, I don't normally buy this, but this was on offer at half price at £2.50. Right now, this is on offer at half price at £1.50, providing you've got a Tesco's club card. So it's normally £3, you get it for £1.50. I picked up 2 packs, the last 2 packs that were on there. So if you're using any sweeteners, then obviously be careful with which ones you get. But right now they're on offer. It's harder to get enough fat. Fat's easy to get in. I could actually easily, if I needed to, with this dish, and certainly as an authentic dish, drizzle that with more olive oil if I wanted to. I can put a side salad to this, and there's my MCT oil vinegar dressing. It only takes 10 mils, 20 mils of that to add in extra fat. So adding fat in is never a problem. And if we think about anything that if I have anything after this, it'll probably be not protein, it'll probably be more fat. So will it be a handful of nuts? Lots more fat. It's got a small amount of protein, but definitely more fat. So you don't have to say every meal's got to be 75% fat. If you try and make every time you eat 5, 20, 75, you will never be able to sort of do this as a sustainable lifestyle.
Well, we wouldn't anyway. Everyone's different. Some people will only eat 2 meals a day, but we like our dessert.
I've only had 1 meal today.
Well, yeah.
This is my second meal. And again, when I drink a coffee with cream, what am I drinking? I'm drinking fat. So I'm going to disagree with you there, keto carbs. Fat isn't hard to get into the diet. Fat's easy, and sometimes fat's too easy. You need to understand how much you need. You need to work that's all individual. Right, I haven't added any more liquid to this. So I've put the fish in, I've stuck the lid on it, it's on a medium-high heat, and there's plenty of liquid come out of the fish now. So again, you can't see it down there, but it's like a stock now. And I'm just going to combine it together.
Carefully.
Of course it's carefully.
So is the fish almost cooked at this point?
The fish is cooked. The fish is cooked. It was sitting on top of.
Yeah. So you supposed to steam it?
I've steamed it on top of the cauliflower. The fish is perfectly cooked.
I'm hot.
So I didn't. Sorry, what?
I'm hot.
Yeah. So I didn't time that. Somebody else needs to let me know how long that took to cook. However, it will probably be about 6-7 minutes. It definitely needs more salt. It's got a nice heat to it. I know that probably Louis is going to sprinkle more
Chili flakes?
Chili flakes over the top. I'm going to stop the cooking process because I don't want that to dry out now.
It does look delicious. It's like
it does look good. I'm going to chop a bit more parsley to go on top to present it, and we're done. Yeah, and it's again, we'll get a nice picture of this because it is got a little bit of liquid to it, but only a tiny amount of liquid. So it's perfect. It's perfect. Replace the fish with chicken. If you are going to do the same layering with chicken, then do make sure it's thinly sliced. Don't leave big chunks. Obviously, fish takes a lot less time to cook. So we say 6-7 minutes and it's cooked. So thinly slice it, layer the chicken on top, and then combine it. You may need to let it cook a little bit longer, but it's going to continue to cook. Well, it's, if I just stick the lid on it now for a few minutes, it's carrying on cooking. Right. Do you know, I'm not that hungry either at the moment. We'll have a little portion. And we're just going to top it with a bit of parsley for the photographs. And we can serve up. Right then, folks. we shall see you all. So what's happening now over the weekend?
We live on Sunday.
Okay.
I'm making vanilla muffins.
Okay.
I can't remember what you're. It's like we're doing.
Oh, we're doing a joint one, are we?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's Sunday? What time Sunday?
It'll be 4. Yeah. Oh, you're making spag bowl.
Oh, there you go. I've got
the.
Oh, perfect. And I've also got the turkey mince.
Nice.
Right. So see you on Sunday, 4 o'clock. Is it? Excuse me. 4 o'clock for spaghetti bolognese and vanilla muffins. And that's us done. Right. See you later, folks. Oh, you've got the mouse there.